internet, it's a tool that has to be used properly. You know, it's like a knife. I mean, it's very helpful, but it can also cut you. My name is Julie. When I was 13, I started talking to Tom. He didn't act or even sound like a 56-year-old man. So he was different on the computer. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be talking to him, but I did it out of a retaliation against my parents. It felt nice to have somebody who wasn't always trying to tell you what to do. It started to get more like a relationship where it went from just friends to best friends, a more personal relationship than best friends. I would instant message him between 3 and 6 hours a day. I was really upset whenever I couldn't get on the internet because I knew that he would be like, "What were you doing?" And he emailed me like 10 times wondering where I was at. Then you feel like extremely bad about it. It was an opportunity for him to manipulate more. I trusted him more than anybody else. He mentioned, wouldn't it be nice if we were together all the time? And then the thought came up of running away. The night I left, I kissed all my brothers goodnight, and he was in his truck, and we just rode out. I ran away for 3 weeks. The day that I was found, we were on our way to Reno. Somebody reported us and saw our truck. I knew pretty much it's over. And I mean, I never really thought the day would come. He's going to be in jail for 25 years. He sent a letter to me saying that it was my fault and that he was going to kill me if he ever got out of jail. I was really upset because he didn't say anything about caring about me. I didn't think of his background and I didn't apply it to myself, and so maybe he could have done anything to me, even killed me. And so, you know, now that I'm back, I feel like there's this huge emptiness inside of me. If I could have talked to people, maybe I would have had a different view on some things. If you're planning to run away, it doesn't help solve anything. If it does anything, it makes it worse. Little things can end up becoming a big thing. I kind of wish that I never would have run away in the first place. I would never do it again.
Cyber issues.
The upcoming video tells you more about this topic.
I heard about a lot of things my friends were doing online that were really mean or just plain crazy. I never thought I would do anything like that. One day my friend Pat showed me a website he made. He posted a list of girls in our school and had guys we know go on and rate them. Sort of a hot or not kind of website. I thought it was pretty funny, so I rated them too. We had a good laugh and I thought that was the end of it. The next day everyone at school was talking about it. He had sent it out to the whole school to see. I could tell a couple of girls had been crying, and I knew it was because of what the guys had said about them and how they looked. I felt bad, but I didn't really get it until I went home that night. Turns out, the guys had put my little sister on the site too, but hid it from me because they knew I would get upset. She was crying when I got home, and she wouldn't even look at me. I would never have said those things to someone's face. I didn't even mean them. I thought it was just a joke between friends. Now Pat's suspended from school, and they might kick me out too. Once you put something online, you lose control of it. You can never get it back, and people can use it in ways you never even meant. I learned that the hard way. I wish I never saw that stupid site.
Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying occurs when technology is used to deliberately and repeatedly engage in hostile behavior to harm someone. Groups and individuals can be both the perpetrators and targets of bullying. Children can cyberbully each other in a number of ways, including abusive texts and emails, posting unkind messages or images, imitating each other online, excluding others online, inappropriate image tagging, and imitating others online. Children and young people can also be affected by hostile behavior that is not cyberbullying. For example, a one offensive, insensitive, or negative remark posted online or sent by text may not be considered cyberbullying, but it can still have a negative impact on a child. Cyberbullying can happen to anyone, not just children and young people. However, it is more likely to happen to children who are also bullied offline. As with offline bullying, cyberbullying can have long-lasting consequences, and children need support to manage this. How does it differ to other types of bullying? It can give the person doing the bullying a sense of being anonymous, so they may behave in ways they wouldn't offline. It can occur 24/7 and be difficult to escape. It can have a large audience, readily shared with groups or posted in public forums. It is very difficult to delete bullying comments and images. Indicators of cyberbullying. Signs that your child may be experiencing cyberbullying include changes in their general behavior, a decline in physical health, changes in friendship groups, change in sleep patterns, avoiding school or clubs. If your child shows any of these indicators, and especially if their behavior is new and out of character for them, talk to them about your concerns and keep a close eye on their online and offline behavior. It's important to keep your child connected to supportive friends and family, both online and offline. Is cyberbullying illegal? Digital reputation. All internet users have a digital or online reputation. This is the opinion or view that others have about the user based on what they say and do online. For their privacy and safety, it's important to children and young people to be aware of where their personal information is available on the internet, who can access it, what others are doing with their information, and the impression they are leaving for others to find. What are the risks? When information is posted online, it can be difficult to remove and can be easily and quickly passed beyond a child's immediate circle of friends. It can also be misused by friends they consider trustworthy. In addition, images and words can be misinterpreted when removed from their original context. When images and words intended for a small group of people are shared with a broader audience, it can negatively affect the youth's relationship with unintended viewers. For example, Young people might find it difficult to explain to their parents why they are tagged in a photo posted online drinking, kissing, with little clothing on, or with labels suggesting they are very sexually active. Managing the risk. Parents need to discuss the consequences of a negative digital reputation with their children. In order to protect their reputation both online and offline, young people need to consider how they manage their own and others' messages and images. Creating or distributing sexual images with minors may constitute the production or distribution of child pornography. This can be the case even if the people in the images are willing participants, with outcomes varying by state and territory and on a case-by-case basis. Parents can help by ensuring that their children understand that they may be committing a criminal offense when taking or sharing sexual images of themselves or others who are minors. E-security. E-security or internet security covers a range of activities to keep electronic information secure. E-security measures provide protection from unwanted, intentional and unintentional intrusion into computers, file corruption, and data loss. Poor e-security or internet security can result in the corruption of files and can enable criminals and others to access personal and financial information. The DetectWars website forum provides specific cybersecurity information, including information sheets with advice about content filtering options. E-security risks include viruses, worms and trojans, spyware and adware, scams, spam and phishing, and pop-ups. Viruses, worms, and trojans. What is a virus? A virus is a piece of malicious computer code transmitted by email through infected downloads, including new software, images, music files, infected computer devices such as a USB, or when surfing the web. Viruses can damage computers, steal information, and spread to other computers. What is a Trojan? A Trojan is a program which can damage a computer, steal private data, give other people access to the computer, or spread a virus. What is a worm? A worm is a self-replicating program that can spread without users' intervention. Worms are designed to further infected computers with other types of malicious software, such as programs that send spam. A worm can spread by sending itself to contacts in an email address book, or by a security flaw in the program or in the computer's operating system. What happens if my computer is infected? The most common symptom that a computer has been affected by a virus include 1. Files and data have been deleted or file names may be changed. 2. The computer takes longer to load programs or applications or web pages. 3. The computer takes longer to boot, continually restarts, or does not start at all. 4. Items and images on the screen are distorted and unusual images and text appear. 5. The hard disks may be inaccessible or appear to be working harder than normal. 6. Excessive network activity, that is, lights blinking excessively on modem. 7. The web browser opens on a different homepage. 8. Frequent system or program crashes. This is not an exhaustive list, and these symptoms may occur for reasons other than a virus infection. Seek advice from a computer professional if you suspect your computer may have become infected by a virus. Spyware and adware. Spyware is a computer program that is remotely installed on computers, usually without permission from the owner, with the purpose of collecting information and sending it back to another source. Spyware can be a minor annoyance or a serious threat to computer security. At its most aggressive, spyware can be used to steal personal information, banking details, and passwords. Adware is a form of spyware that records a user's web surfing habits and displays advertisements targeted to their interests. Adware is sometimes offered in exchange for free services such as music downloads. Scams, spam, and phishing. Scams are ways of obtaining information or money through false means. According to the ScamWatch website, scams target people of all backgrounds and succeed for two reasons. Firstly, a scam looks real, like the real thing, and secondly, it appears to meet a need, offering quick cash, asking for a response to a compassionate issue, or making people feel special. For example, congratulations, you are one of the lucky few chosen. Spam is an unsolicited commercial electronic message. This includes email, instant messaging, SMS, and MMS received without consent, usually advertising a product or service. Spam can waste time and lead to viruses. Although the most common place to find spam is in an email, it can also appear in online forums, instant messaging chats, news groups, and blogs. Phishing is the use of email or SMS to encourage individuals to reveal financial details like credit card numbers, account numbers, and passwords or other personal information. Phishing images can look like genuine messages from a real bank, telecommunication provider, online retailer, or credit card company. Often, the message will contain an urgent call to action, such as claims that the bank account will be closed or compromised if action is not taken. Phishing is usually sent by email from falsified email addresses, but it's increasingly being sent to mobile telephones and VoIP telephone services. Pop-ups. Pop-ups are small windows that appear in front of an internet browser. They are frequently used to display advertising, including advertising for unwanted content such as pornography. Pop-ups are usually used by many websites to enable users to enter required information legitimately. They can also open websites which are difficult to close or link users to other unwanted website content. Managing pop-ups. There are a number of ways to manage pop-ups using settings on search engines or internet browsers. For example, the Google toolbar provides a free pop-up blocker that enables users to configure those websites where they want to allow pop-ups to appear and to block pop-ups on websites where they aren't required. A number of popular browsers allow users to change settings to block pop-ups. Check the help options on these browsers for information. Firewalls. Firewalls can block all traffic between the internet and a computer that is not explicitly allowed, preventing unauthorized access to data. A spyware provides protection from viruses, spyware, spams, as well as protecting personal identifying information and personal data stored on a computer. Having a firewall permanently turned is the first line of defense against viruses, spyware, and hackers. Most operating systems provide a firewall as part of a basic security setup. Securing a wireless network. Wireless networks in the office or at home enables users to share files, printers, and internet access between all their computers without cables. Wireless networking is very useful, but if not password protected, your wireless network may be accessed by others, even people who live next door or across the street. This could lead to you exceeding your download limit without knowing why. There are countless public computers offering internet access, including computers in libraries, airports, and internet cafes. Because these computers are accessible to many people, taking extra precaution to protect personal information and protect against possible virus infection is important. Remember not to leave a public computer unattended until fully logged out, or save any files or any login information public computers. If using a public wireless network, try to avoid online banking or credit card transactions and ensure that security software such as antivirus and anti-spyware software and a firewall are installed on the laptop. Excessive use. To many parents, it seems as though children and young people are constantly online. Often, they seem to be completing more than one task at a time. For example, downloading and listening to music while studying and chatting with friends or sending messages on their mobile phones. The number of hours children and young people spend online can vary significantly. There is no guideline for the right amount of time for children to spend online. However, if their online behavior appears to impact negatively on their behavior or well-being, or that of the family, it may be time to discuss expectations and establish time limits. How much is too much? Noticeable changes in the online and offline behavior of children and young people can be indicators of excessive internet use. These include online activities interfering with general health and well-being, seeming obsessed with particular websites or games, appearing anxious or irritable when away from the computer, spending increasing amounts of time online, excessive tiredness, a decline in academic performance, and seeming to isolated or withdrawn from offline friends and activities. Some of these indicators may be developmentally appropriate behaviors for young people, particularly teens. Alternatively, they may be indicators of other significant issues such as cyberbullying, friendship difficulties, and mental health issues.
The upcoming video tells you more about this topic.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Been doing like I taught you. Love the new tattoo, Sarah.
Dude, that's Sarah. The girl in the pink shirt. That's the girl I was telling you about.
Theater 2 on your left. Hey, Sarah. What color underwear today?
Hey, Sarah. So when are you going to post something new?
Anything you post online, anyone can see. So think before you post.
File sharing. File sharing is the sharing of digital information like computer programs, audio or video files, documents, or electronic books with others across the internet. The most commonly shared files are pirated music, movies, and computer softwares. Most file sharing conducted over the internet using peer-to-peer networks. Peer-to-peer is an application that runs on a personal computer and shares files such as music files with others using across the internet. Peer-to-peer networks work by connecting individual computers together directly to share files instead of having to go through a central server. Peer-to-peer networking is popular with children as the software is usually free, easy to install, and gives access to many files that would otherwise be too difficult or too expensive to obtain. Some file sharing software enables people to chat online while they share. Is file sharing safe? File sharing can be safe if legal services and appropriate e-security measures are used. Peer-to-peer file sharing enables users some access to each other's system. The level of access will vary depending on the user's knowledge and use of appropriate security settings. Less savvy users may unintentionally provide access to all their computer system, not just the music or movie files they are sharing. Some files in peer-to-peer networks have misleading labels to hide the true nature of the content. This means that children might download something that appears innocent, only to find it is inappropriate for them. Video sharing. Video sharing website enables users to share personal videos. YouTube is a popular example of a video sharing website. Photo sharing. Photo sharing includes emailing a few photos to friends. A more advanced type of sharing is publishing images on photo sharing sites such as Flickr or Instagram. Digital photos can be uploaded direct from a digital camera or mobile phone. Older photographs can be scanned from physical prints and then uploaded for others to see. Some sites allow direct uploading from a computer's photographic software or web browser, although others require users to use their own software application. People use photo sharing websites to share photography as a creative outlet or as a way of letting their friends see the latest family pictures. Many people use photo sharing to advertise their photographic skills in the hope of obtaining employment. Many photo sharing sites are free and appear alongside advertisements. When choosing a photo sharing service, check to see if there are limits on the number of uploads and downloads, what privacy controls are in place, and the cost of subscribing to an advertisement-free service. Users also should check the terms of service and ensure that they retain all rights to the images that they upload. Assigning copyrights to photos is worthwhile, as it is possible for other people to take the images and use them for advertising or other purposes. They can be publicly available or just available to a chosen list of contacts. Consider keeping personal photographs private, shared only with close friends and family.
The upcoming video tells you more about this topic.
Unplug it.
Oh my god. Hey, Em, check this out.
Yeah.
You seen the photo? Yeah, I hear he had his hand up her skirt. Wonder what Jack thinks.
Hey. I just saw Chloe. We're in the library. She seemed pretty pissed off. Yeah, check out all the comments. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Hey, check this out. Greg texted it to me. It's everywhere. Oh shit.
Okay, let's start again from top of the page. Keep going.
Alack, there lies more peril in the thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet.
Hey Jack, Mr. Smith is expecting you in his office. You might want to grab your books. Okay, that's good. Everybody pay attention. Now, Romeo, you are just
building in Collins Street. Police are investigating the filming of a schoolyard brawl. The footage has been uploaded to a popular video sharing website under the title Big Hits and has been seen by thousands of people. The parents of a student involved have made a complaint to both the school and the police, and an investigation has been launched.
Hey.
The Interior Ministry
I just saw it.
Syrians
Hey, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Hey, Twinkle. Nice bud. Oh, come on, don't be so shy. You weren't so shy with those photos.
look at this. Is that you? Jack and I took it when we were going out. Now we sent it to everyone.
say?
I said I'm sorry.
I don't know what's wrong with you. First you get in a fight, and then this thing with
Kate.
If you end up on a register for sex offenders, you're lucky if they don't charge you.
So my phone will be on all day, alright? So you call me anytime.
Mum, I asked to come here. I know.
Love you.
Love you too.
So which school have you come from?
Darraville?
Well, once we're finished here, I'll take you over to your homeroom. Now you get 2 keys. Don't lose them because they cost $20 to replace. Okay?
Okay.
There you go.
So Louis XIV was a sun king, and he had the divine right. Can anybody tell me what you think the divine right of a king means?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, analysis. Hey! You don't recognise me, do you? No. I'm Lou. We met at Jack's party. Right, I'm Kate. I know, I've seen your photos. But don't worry, I mean, it'll be old news soon. Yeah, that's what my counsellor says. So what have you got now? I think maths. This is semester 1. Yeah, semester 2, see? Also for English. Yeah. Do you know where you're going? Not really. I'll show you.
Downloading files, music, and videos. Downloading is the process of saving a file from the internet onto a computer. The most common way to download is to click on a link that will begin the download automatically. A dialog box will appear prompting the user to choose a computer location to save the file. Selecting Save will begin the process. Downloading is an increasingly popular activity on the internet, and for many people, downloading music and video is the main attraction of using the internet. Many students download documents like fact sheets for school assignments as well as music and movies. Legal downloading. There are many legal sources offering music, movies, and other information for download. Some are free, while others have a fee per service or an ongoing subscription fee. One issue to consider may be potential download limits within your internet contract. It is important before downloading to check your internet download limit, current download level, and how many other excess charges will be. Identity theft. Identity theft is a specific type of fraud which involves stealing money or gaining other benefits by pretending to be someone else. Identity theft can be devastating, both financially and emotionally. It can occur in many ways, from somebody using credit card details illegally to make purchases, to having a person's entire identity assumed by another to open bank accounts, take out loans, and conduct illegal business under that name.
The upcoming video tells you more about this topic.
Location-based services. Smartphones have a built-in feature called geolocators that can pinpoint the exact location of a mobile phone. If enabled, this information can be used by location-based services to provide useful services including maps, apps, and retail services. The information can also be published online through social networking sites or embedded in images taken with a smartphone camera. While this information can be useful, it can also be misused. What are the risks? Publicizing a person's physical location can be risky. If a user publicizes that they are not at home, it could present a security risk for the home or a safety risk for their family. Privacy check-in gives others online an understanding of a user's personal and social pattern. For example, places they frequent, like and dislike, or memberships. This can enable users to meet like-minded people. However, it can also lead to unintended followers tracing users' movements. The information provided can also be stored and searched indefinitely, meaning that information provided today may damage your digital reputation and be detrimental in the future. Precautions when using location-based services. Location-based service users can protect themselves by minimizing the amount of information they disclose and deciding when, how often, and how much detail to provide when checking into a social networking service. Ask the location-based service what privacy and security controls are available and which of the following measures can be applied to the service. Set appropriate settings. Edit account. Block unwanted users or their posts. Stop or delete the account. Choose what notification to receive. Report inappropriate activity. Don't share it.
The upcoming video tells you more about this topic.
I didn't think that I had anyone to talk to about what was going on in my life, all the bad things, all the feelings I had for myself, just normal teenage feelings. So I just met someone online that I didn't know, and he said that basically the grass was greener on his side. I first met him on one of the private chat rooms where you just talk to like so many people, and then I would make my own, and then we talked from there. And that progressed for about a month. Well, I knew from the start that he was how old he was. I didn't even think that we'd have a relationship. He was like a stranger, and you can tell stranger things that you're never gonna meet, stuff that you couldn't tell your friends. He was saying you're not worthless, you know, you can come over here, I'll take care of you until you can, you know, basically take care of yourself, and you won't have to deal with that anymore. And I just thought that was so much better than staying where I was. The second time I ran away, I didn't want to, but I knew if I didn't, there might be like a little more trouble, because he came to my house, and I get this call from someone else that he talked to online, and she said that he was outside waiting for me. Told my mom I was going to go out for a walk for a little while, and then I took off. I would rather went to my friends, which would have accepted, because I didn't know at the time that most of them were going through the same thing I was. I was gone for, it was about 2 days, and then they caught us at another bus terminal. They finally charged him with taking a minor over state lines, and he's right now sitting in prison. It was scary because he called me, because then he knew where I lived. He knew what my phone number was, so when he gets out of prison, he could just call me right back again and start this all over again. Well, he said he'd done it before, but he never got caught. So the only thing that's in my mind is, where are they at? Where were the past people that he's met before? If you say that it's not going to happen to you and you keep progressing more and more, then it's eventually going to happen to you whether you want it to or not, because you never know who that person is or what that person's capable of, because he could one day just show up, or he or she show up at your doorstep just waiting for you. When you're getting over your head, you're thinking, oh no, my parents will know what I'm doing. I can't tell them. They'll get mad. I'll get in trouble. Well, don't think of it like that. Think of it as if you keep talking to this person over the internet, you don't know what they're capable of. Yeah, there has been different scenarios played in my mind of what happened and what could have happened, and the one that did happen, I was lucky that I'm not dead on the side of the road right now, 6 feet under. That's how I feel about it. I can't believe I did this. Why did I do that for? All these things. It was like a fairy tale that never happened. It's very scary.
Offensive or illegal content. Children and young people may not deliberately seek out inappropriate content. Children may inadvertently access content while undertaking online searches, or they may seek it out or the referred content by others. Young people with smartphones might discover content that may be blocked by home and school internet filters. This is content that includes footage of real or simulated violence, criminal activity, or accidents from video clips, games, or films. Promotes extreme political views, potentially used in radicalization of vulnerable members of the community. Promotes hate toward individuals or groups on the basis of race, religion, sexual preference, or other social cultural factors. How do children access inappropriate content? Children may be exposed to such content through otherwise innocuous activities such as unexpected results from online searches, clicking on unknown links within websites or emails, incorrectly typing a web address or clicking on a pop-up ad, clicking on online game content or prize offers. In some cases, children and young people deliberately access inappropriate material particularly as they move into adolescence. This can be out of curiosity or to share with peers for the shock value of the content. Inappropriate content can expose children to concepts that they are not ready to manage and that may breach social and cultural norms. Some content can be distressing for children. They may not report it to parents or teachers as they may be ashamed of what they have seen, particularly if they sort it out. Limiting children's exposure to inappropriate content. Filters, labels and safe zones enables parents to reduce children's risk of exposure to unsuitable or illegal sites and to set time limits for internet access. When deciding which tools are the most appropriate for their family, it may be useful to consider the level of guidance needed from you and balance this against your children's ages and the range of content they may need to access. Common features of PC filters include category blocking, which enables the user to select from a range of content categories, for example, pornography and violence, and decide which to block and which to allow. Time controls, which allow users to limit internet access to certain time of days, including the amount of time a child spends on the internet. This can help ensure children can only use the internet when parents are available to supervise and can restrict late night use, which is tempting for some teens. Logging, which enables parents to track and record a history of sites visited by the child. Service blocking allows users to block or filter access to certain services, such as peer-to-peer, social networking, or online games. Server-level filters are able to block internet content before it reaches the home. These filters are most commonly provided by internet service providers. The Australian government is examining the introduction of ISP filtering for material that is deemed refused classification in accordance with the National Classification Scheme and the ACMA complaint process. Content defined as RC predominantly comprises child sexual abuse imagery. The government is also considering additional ISP filtering options for those families who wish to have such a service. Internet filters are no substitute for parental guidance and supervision. As the internet is vast and constantly changing, lists of blocked sites must be continuously updated for the filter to work effectively. Even then, some undesirable sites may still slip through the filters. Labeling tools attach descriptive tags to websites. Most browsers can read these labels and be programmed to block access to these sites or advertise when sites are unsuitable for children. Labeling tools can also complement filtering tools. Websites can be labeled according to how suitable they are for children or to identify the sort of material that they obtain. For example, medium-level sexual activity. These tools, together with a web browser, enable users to set levels of access for labeled sites, blocking access to anything above those levels. Some browsers also allow users to restrict access to unlabeled sites. While labeling tools are useful, most websites are still unlabeled. Safe zones are secure networks, offering access to a range of sites specially designed for children, and therefore with little risk of exposure to inappropriate content. Many safe zones are free of charge, but some are subscription-based, requiring a special login and password as they are protected from other areas on the internet. Online gaming. Video games are popular with children of all ages, especially boys. Games can be educational or may be purely for fun. Games vary in terms of their content, with some having high levels of violent or sexual content. Checking age guidelines and rating can help to guide your child's online gaming use. Some online games encourage teamwork and interaction with others online. This can include adults. Teens will be best protected if they keep their personal information to themselves and don't engage in personal conversations in online games. If children are using sites that enable direct and interaction with others, it is a good idea for adults to supervise their interactions and to establish rules about the information they allow to provide to others. Setting rules about what to do if they encounter disturbing content or contact from others is also useful. Online shopping and banking. For many people, online banking is a convenient way to access accounts and manage finances. Online banking provides instant access to accounts, enabling users to easily transfer money, pay bills, and keep track of spending. If you have concerns about the legitimacy of a banking website, contact the bank direct using a known phone number from the white pages to verify their website address and details. When transacting on the website, look for HTTPS in the website address and a locked padlock in the bottom of the screen. Online shopping. Online shops, also called e-stores, virtual shops or online stores, offer consumer goods or services over the internet. Online shoppers create accounts, view goods and services on the website, and use credit cards or other methods to pay for transactions. Shopping with well-established and recognized retailers who use secure websites for transaction is a good start. Look for HTTPS in the website address and a locked padlock in the bottom of the screen. Read store reviews and check the reputation of sellers on auction sites. Mobile phones. Mobile phones are a great way for children to stay in touch with their parents, family, and friends. They allow users to make calls, take photos, play games, send text and images, and access the internet. While mobile phones provide immediate contact and can be fun to use, 24/7 access and portability of the device means that you may not always be available to supervise. Mobile use can expose children to potential risk, including excessive costs incurred from calls, texts, premium services, and downloads. Unsupervised internet access free of parental controls and filters. Access to GPS and Bluetooth capabilities, which may enable others to locate them. Receipt of unwanted content, including possible offensive or cyberbullying content. The ability to share images of themselves, including naked or sexting images. There are many different mobile phone services available for use with different fees and charges. In some cases, such as prepaid services, users don't need to sign an ongoing service contract. For others, a contract is required. The cost of calls, texts, and downloads varies between mobile services. Before choosing a handset and service, it is worth checking the terms and conditions, such as whether a handset is included, what happens if your child loses the handset, the contract length, and the charges for different types of services, including SMS, phone calls, and internet access. Contracts run for a set period during which the mobile phone company provides the customer with connection to a network. Sometimes, the use of a handset, a certain number of calls, text messages, and data used per month. If the number of calls, text, or download limit is exceeded at the end of each month, excess charges can be quite high. Prepaid mobile phone service offer more control over the amount spent. Rather than committing to an ongoing contract, credit is purchased from a service provider. Once the credit runs out, it needs to be topped up with more money before services other than 000 can be accessed. When making a phone available to your child, consider whether you need to limit their mobile phone use or whether they are responsible enough to understand how to manage their own phone. Remember, this may be the first major financial responsibility for many children, and they may need guidance or rules to help them understand and manage costs. Mobile premium services, often referred to as premium SMS or MMS, are called premium because customers are charged a premium for using the service. This means that they cost more than a standard text or MMS. The cost varies and often appears in small print at the bottom of the advertisement for the service. These services are very popular with children as they offer access to ringtones, mobile phone wallpaper, games, music tracks, and videos. Premium services are generally accessed from mobile phones through a text to a number starting with 191, 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, and 199, or by subscribing online. When the premium service is accessed, there may be a one-off cost for a single service, or there may be an ongoing subscription involved, with one more messages received by the child in subsequent days or weeks at a cost. Some children unintentionally access a subscription service and don't understand the cost involved until their credit has run out or a bill arrives. To help manage your child's use of premium services, encourage them to look at the terms, conditions, and costs before texting a 19 number, signing up online, or require them to show you the details first. Ongoing or subscription premium services are required to send a text to the mobile phone after the initial request for the service to confirm that a subscription service has been requested. Encourage your child to keep this message or record the details so they have an easy way to unsubscribe when they choose. If your child receives an unwanted premium service, tell them to send a stop text to the service and any numbers messages are sent from. If you continue to receive messages more than one business day after the stop message was sent, contact the business helpline to make sure they receive the message and are not still charging. Protecting personal information. Personal information may include full name, address, phone numbers, school, date of birth, email address, username and password, and bank details. Personal information is used responsibly online by many businesses for legitimate communication. However, this is not always the case, and some personal information can be misused by criminals or inappropriately by marketers. Many online services require users to provide some personal information in order to use their service. Prior to providing personal information, users should try to think about what can potentially be done with their personal information and assess whether they are still happy to pass on these details. In addition to inappropriate or illegal use of information, disclosing personal information online can impact on the user's digital reputation. There are several online activities that may require a level of disclosure of personal information. Shopping, that is, to verify the identity of the purchaser, to process payment, or for the delivery of goods. Subscribing by registering. A screen name or ID and an email address are often minimum requirements, but other requested information may include age, gender, address, photo, and personal likes or dislikes. A red asterisk generally identifies mandatory fields that are needed to be registered. Competitions, prizes, and rewards. Online competitions often require users to provide extensive personal data, including personal interest and demographic details. This is used by the promoters to develop their marketing strategies or products. Online games and virtual worlds. These may require registration details, which include personal information before the user can begin to play. It is important to understand how personal information is used online and how to protect your information and digital reputation. Parents should note the following tips as a basis for protecting personal information online. Only disclose financial information on secure websites. Look for an address beginning with HTTPS and a locked padlock symbol in the bottom of the screen, which indicates that data is being encrypted. If in doubt about the legitimacy of a website, call the organization it claims to represent. The Scam Watch website provides further advice on how to identify and report potential scams. Providing information to your banking institution. Banking institutions will never email individuals asking for their username or password. If you receive an email by an organization claiming to represent a banking institution, report the email to the bank and Scam Watch. Do not respond and do not click on any links provided. Read user agreements and privacy policies. Many organizations use information for marketing purposes and may sell it to other marketing firms. If information is posted on websites that do sell information to marketers, individuals may receive promotional spam emails which can be difficult to stop. Reduce spam by protecting your details. Spam can be reduced by limiting disclosure of email addresses and mobile numbers, installing and using spam filtering software, checking the terms and conditions when purchasing products, entering competitions, or registering for services or email newsletters, not allowing contact details to be used for marketing purposes, boosting online security to limit spam. Understand that information shared online can be permanent. Users may not have control over who sees or accesses their personal information. This includes teachers, parents, and prospective employers. Select passwords carefully. When creating passwords, there are some definite do's and don'ts. These include: do make it at least 8 characters in length. Do combine letters, numbers, and upper and lowercase letters. Do change your password regularly. Don't use pet names, birth dates, family or friends' names. Don't share passwords with others, even with friends. Don't store them on the device. Sexting.
Texting? Sexy texting? Seriously, what era are you from? Well, you two were playing house. Huck and I were trading super hot texts.
Sexting refers to the sending of provocative or sexual photos, messages, or videos, generally using a mobile phone. It can also include posting this type of material online. While sharing suggestive images or text messages may seem like innocent flirting or be funny for young people, sexting can have serious social and legal consequences. To help protect their image both online and offline, young people need to consider how they manage their own and others' messages and images. It can be difficult for young people to anticipate the potential outcomes of sharing provocative images or messages, particularly when they trust the people they are sharing with. Once images and messages are sent, they can often spread rapidly. If images are posted online, it can be almost impossible to remove them or to control access to them. Sexting can cause embarrassment both now and in the future. Family, friends, and future partners may have access to sexting images which can damage the young person's reputation. For example, a 15-year-old girl takes a topless photo of herself and sends it to her boyfriend's mobile phone. Sexting images can be used by others for cyberbullying purposes, cyberstalking, or sexual harassment.
The upcoming video tells you more about this topic. The upcoming video tells you more about this topic.
You forget?
No, I'm sneaking out. It's too early, are you?
Alright, the party.
9:15.
I heard it was 2 a.m. Check this out.
That's cool.
Yo, what up? Whoa! Yo, man. Yo, send that to me real quick. I'm not gonna. Come on, send that to me.
The upcoming video tells you more about this topic.
Man, you a pimp.
Yo, you
pull it up full screen. Look at that, boys. Check that out, boys. I gotta. I had to send this to Mark.
Send that out now.